Hello there, welcome back to another wee bit different video. Today's video is going to be similar to one of the videos I posted in the past week. We're going to be taking a look at running back ratings for Madden 23. Not receiver, but running back. Quick recap on the receiver ones. Honestly, I feel like EA is just not really good at making ratings all that too well. Check out the video. Maybe I'll just put a link in the description below. It's kind of just head scratching at times to see some of their ratings. But without further ado, let's just get straight into it. All right, so we're back here. This is actually my first reaction into looking at these ratings. I haven't bothered looking at these ratings because I thought I should put it on video to see my reaction. So Derrick Henry 97, Christian McCaffrey 96, Nick Chubb 96, Jonathan Taylor 95. So far, these ratings actually aren't that bad. I personally think Jonathan Taylor should be the same rating, if not higher than Nick Chubb. That's where I get kind of like that head scratching feeling to where it's like, if you witnessed last season, what is there to say? Like, Jonathan Taylor caught the ball better than Nick Chubb, ran the ball better than Nick Chubb. You know what? Let's look up the numbers. So, Nick Chubb. Oh, shoot. If I can spell. Stats. So he ran for 1,259 yards, 8 touchdowns, 20 catches, 174 yards. Now let's look at Jonathan Taylor. And you already know he ran for more than that. Stats. So Jonathan Taylor's stats. 1,811 yards, 18 touchdowns, 40 catches, 360 yards. Like, it's just not even comparable. They both average the same amount of yards per carry. But, I mean, what happens when you carry the ball more and your team needs you more? You get more yards. Not only that, receiving wise, he's better too. So I just don't. That's the kind of stuff that Madden does that is. It's hard to understand sometimes because it's like, it's not like Jonathan Taylor, his first year was not good. Then his second year, he's really, really good. Like, he still had 1,000 yards in his first year. So it's like, if you want to talk about resume, the guy's only been in the league for 2 years, heading into his third year, and he's a 1,000-yard runner both seasons. Like, no disrespect against Nick Chubb, but even in the past 2 years, Jonathan Taylor has been better than Nick Chubb. Why is Nick Chubb rated 1 overall higher than Jonathan Taylor? There's no discussion to be had. That's ridiculous. At some point, it's got to click. Like, okay, 2 for 2. And since Jonathan Taylor's entered the league, his stats have been better than Nick Chubb in every way. Yards per carry, except that. That's it. Because he's had more touchdowns. Let's see, 11. Oh, no. It's okay. So Nick Chubb had one more touchdown. Jonathan Taylor's rookie year. And Jonathan Taylor obviously just caught the ball at a much better rate. So again, I don't get it. Let's just keep going. Joe Mixon, like I said, I don't have a problem with. Alvin Kamara, Aaron Jones, Austin Eckler. Honestly, that's pretty high for Zeke. Like, I'm a Cowboys fan, but I'm not ignorant. And I just don't. Let's see his stats. I watched every game last year. Just a subpar season for a guy of his caliber. 1,000 yards on, 17 games? I don't think he played the whole 17, actually. And if he did, he was hurt throughout a lot of those games. I mean, compared to what Austin Eckler did, this video, I want to look at stats a lot more because I feel like in the last video, after rewatching it myself, I should have done it more to back up why I think some of these ratings are outlandish. How many 206 carries? But geez, that right there is huge drop off. 647 receiving yards as a running back, 70 catches, 8 touchdowns. Like, and then only to run 90 yards less. It's just, I can see why they putting a lot of respect on Zeke because of his resume and his more so longevity. But he had a pretty subpar season last season, for being honest, especially behind a great offensive line and a great passing attack. There's really not a lot of excuses as to why that run game wasn't more effective. But moving forward, Josh Jacobs, 87. Leonard Fournette, 87. Kareem Hunt, Saquon. This right here is just, it is a crime against humanity to have Najee Harris at freaking 85. I didn't even know he was rated an 85. His rookie season, 74 catches, 467 receiving yards, 1,200 yards on the ground, 10 total touchdowns, and he's an 85? Najee Harris is as good as Cordell Patterson in this anemic offense to where you don't fear the pass. Ben Roethlisberger did not do jack his last season. And you're telling me the guy who made that offense more viable than, granted, again, still anemic, but made it a hell of a lot more viable, because if you can't pass the ball as a defense, I'm not going to respect that. Like, nobody and their mother was worried about Ben Roethlisberger slinging the damn football. You were worried about the ground game. So even with game plans hurting Najee Harris, not helping him, hurting him, he was still able to have a solid season. And he's an 85. Kareem Hunt's, I'm sorry, again, I want to pull up stats. I don't want to do it too much because it can be time consuming. But there's no way he had a better season than Najee Harris. Let's see. No shot. How many games did he play? No shot. Oh my gosh. How many games did he play? 11 16. Let's see how many games he played. 2021. Oh, 8 games. So let's just, for the sake of argument, double that. So, okay, so around 850 here. 3. Trying to do quick math here. 174 plus 174, about 354, 358, 348. Jeez. Anyway, so 348 receiving yards if we double that into a 16-game season. And then here, 686, 692. So we got a 692 rushing, and then whatever I said before, receiving, still doesn't beat this guy. No way. No way. No way. That one, I was really testing my quick maths there. My point is, no way. James Robinson. Y'all not respecting James Robinson is freaking ridiculous. Melvin Gordon needs to be higher than that. Tony Pollard, only an 93 speed. That's respectable. But 81 for Tony Pollard, as efficient as he was when the ball was in his hands. Antonio Gibson's an 80? Oh, no, I'm on tight ends. That's for another video. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. Anyway, Antonio Gibson's only an 80. Let's look up the tape. Sorry, not tape, because that would take even way more time. Antonio Gibson's stats. Let's see where we're at. 1,037 yards on the ground, 42 catches, 294 yards. So 1,300 plus total scrimmage yards, and you're an 80 overall. It's just so head scratching. Like, how do they, again, on an offense that just sucked, 1,300 scrimmage yards, and that warrants an 80 overall. Madden is on crack. Like, they're actually on crack. I'm sure I could be a lot more skeptical. Oh, DeAndre Swift is only an 80? Crimes against you. Come on. It's like they didn't watch any of those Lions games. I mean, hey, I can't hate on that. Lions weren't great. But it's when it's your job, when you get paid to observe these players. Like, I'm genuinely curious as to who's observing these players, who's looking at the tape and saying, yeah, that guy, and the guy who's the best player on that offense and who is just making every defender look silly, he's an 80. He's not as good as, see some of the players ahead of him. Oh, God. Why does it do? Okay, so let's look at some of the players ahead of DeAndre Swift, okay? Let's just do that. Okay, yeah, here we are. So, no offense to Tony Pollard, but you're not better than Swift. James Conner, as much touchdowns as he had, you're not better than DeAndre Swift. J.K. Dobbins, torn ACL, won't get into that. Devin Singletary's not better than DeAndre Swift. That's not even, it's like ludicrous. It's mind-boggling because Devin Singletary was competing with Zach Moss and who was the other back there? Was Breida running for a second over there? Who was it? I'm not going to even bother with that. Devin Singletary was nowhere near DeAndre Swift. Miles Sanders, not as nearly as good as DeAndre Swift. Javonte Williams, you're a really good player. You look great on film. You look great with just the eye test. Damian Harris is not as good as DeAndre Swift. Like, oh my gosh. It is mind-boggling that somebody gave that the green light that said, yes. Not only did someone think of that idea, but somebody had to second that. And since it's EA, it's a big corporation, that went through several people's check marks. Like, oh, okay, cool. Well, just great. 80 overall for DeAndre Swift. I don't know, man. It's just Nyheim Hines is worse than Kenyon Drake. Nyheim Hines is worse than Kenyon Drake. Let that sink into your soul. You didn't watch Kenyon Drake at all last season. I owned him in fantasy because I'm a fan of Kenyon Drake. And this isn't a shot at Kenyon Drake. It's just to say that if you switch those two players around on their teams, Kenyon Drake is not getting any field time. None. Nyheim Hines gets field time wherever he goes because he's not a 3-down back, but he's a back that you can put on 3rd and long or any kind of like gadget rolls, or if you want to see a big play happen, you're going to put the ball in this guy's hands. He is explosive. He can make defenders miss. And again, he's not a 3-down back. But Kenyon Drake's not even a 1-down back. He's a reliever for a play or 2 or 3. John Gruden benched the living hell out of this guy, and even when he left, Kenyon Drake had like 2 good games on limited usage and then got benched again. So I just don't understand. Who's okaying this? I don't know, man. Travis Etienne 77. I get he hasn't played, but that's pretty low. That's pretty freaking low for a former first-round pick, if I say so myself. Marlon Mack. Michael Carter 75. Wow. I'm sure all you Jets fans, anyone who's watched Michael Carter knows he's better than a 75. That latter half of his season, in his rookie season, he looked really freaking good. Put up some solid numbers in those back end of those games. So I'm sure I missed more. But watching EA drop these ratings and witnessing just pure garbage decision making it's tiresome. Honestly, I'm over it. I'm probably gonna do a tight end and a QB. I'm probably gonna do other positions. Is my point. This is not gonna be the last of this. Probably, definitely. Let's be honest with ourselves. Soul sucking. But anyway, sorry for the long video. Oof. Anyway, this is all been different. All we've been different. And we out.